Hello and welcome back to another interesting and very important session within this section, the difference between fact and the dimension tables. So let's understand what is the difference between the fact and the dimension table one by one with the help of certain parameters. First one is the definition. So the measurements and the metrics, the facts about a business process were the dimensions of the facts. So we already discussed some of the measurements, for example, my name is Vijay Kumar, and the name Vijay Kumar has a height of 6 foot, and he's from India. So these are some of the facts about me. So but the name Vijay Kumar is a dimension. So when we are pulling the data, so when they pull the data, so name and the height, it would bring it's going to be the combination of my dimension, that is a name Vijay Kumar, and my height as 6 foot. So this kind of information is available in fact, that is fact or measurements, while the dimensions is available in dimension table. In terms of characteristics, the fact table located at the center of a star or the snowflake schema. In the case of dimension table, connected to the fact table and located at the edges of the star, the snowflake schema. So we already learned about what is star and snowflake schema. So in the star schema, the fact table is surrounded by the multiple dimension tables. Similarly, the dimension table is at the edge of that snowflake schema or star schema. And in the case of design, right, so the fact table is defined by the grain or its most atomic level, while the dimension table should be wordy, descriptive, complete, and quality assured. So defined by their grain or its most atomic level means the data about the dimension is cascaded, or it is at the lowest level of accuracy, while in the dimension table the dimensions are more like the wordy and descriptive. For example, if you want to have a state code and you will have a state name and you will have a descriptive name of the state, that is like California. So but in the case of fact table, it is just like, for example, home price index or the median home price. Those are at that level of the information. And when it comes to the task, right, fact table is a measurable event, while the dimension table is a collection of reference information about a business. So fact table is a measurable event. What do you mean by that? So it's like, with the help of the metrics or the measures which are available in the fact table, you're going to take certain decisions. But in the case of dimension table, right, it's just a collection of reference information about a business. So you would be, saying California has a home price index of 151.560. So this California, that is the dimension information, comes from the dimension table, while the home price index, it comes from the fact table. The next point is the types of data. So fact tables could contain information like sales against a set of dimensions like product and the date. But in the case of dimension table, it contains the attributes which describe the details of the dimension. For example, the product dimensions can contain the product ID, the product category, etc. The next one is key. Primary key in the fact is mapped as the foreign keys to the dimensions and the foreign key to the fact table. So like I said, right, in the fact tables, the primary key in the fact is itself is treated as a foreign key with the dimension table. But the dimension table will have the same primary key of the fact table as a foreign key. So I will explain you with an example so that you can understand. Say, for example, in the fact table, like I already explained, state code is defined as a primary key, and we have a state code like 01, 02, 03, 04, like that. And the state name for that particular state code is not, is not available in the fact table. So rather than that, for the state code 01, you will have different metrics or the measures of the facts available. So for the 01, for example, is home price index, repeat sales, or median home price. Then this is also defined as primary key here. But when it is joining the table with another dimension table, this state code 01 is used as a foreign key because this state code 01 is also available in the dimension table as a foreign key. So with the help of this foreign key, we can the join between the dimension and the fact table. The next one is hierarchy. So hierarchy, that does not contain the hierarchy in the fact table, but it in dimension table it definitely contains the hierarchy. For example, location could be like the county, the zip code, state, city, etc. So this is about the difference between fact and the dimension table. This is very important in the data warehouse, because when you are segregating the data, or when you have a data available, so you need to have a complete understanding of what this particular data is really a fact data or a dimension data. So based on this understanding, you can segregate the data and you can create the fact tables and the dimension tables. Hope you enjoyed this session. I will talk to you in the next chapter. Thank you.